One of the questions we frequently get at the Bear Creek School is how a STEM emphasis fits into a Christian liberal arts education. And so today I'm here with Anuja Singh, who teaches programming to our lower school children. She teaches Scratch. And we're going to talk a little bit about how STEM fits into a Christian liberal arts education, because it is something that is distinctly unique at Bear Creek. Tell me a little bit, what grades do you teach? And tell me a little bit about how a day might go.
I teach grades 1 to grade 6. And the curriculum grows progressively from grade 1 to grade 6. We do robots, which are also computers, for grades 1 and 2. It builds, and the tablets go with the robots. And then grade 3, we move on to the computers, which is keyboarding. And 4th, 5th, and 6th do programming, which is more visual. Scratch is what we use right now. And for grade 6, I'm trying to include a little bit of digital citizenship in, because we are so much in the world of electronics and being out there that it's good for us to know. And this year, I'm hoping to include a little bit of text programming for the children to understand that there's more to programming than just the visual, because once they go older, they will be doing text-based programming, and it shouldn't come as a surprise to them that this is not what we've learned. So that's what we are doing.
I really appreciate, the robots are cool. Really appreciate you saying that we're doing a little digital citizenship, because that brings ethics into how we go about doing this. So that's something that we talk about a lot here: Christian worldview, Christian liberal arts, teaching kids how to think. So how does programming fit into the Christian liberal arts education in your mind?
According to me, computer programming is a beautiful mix of creativity and problem solving, the logical thinking part of how we do things. So anything that we do, I tell the children, if you're making a game or an animation, start with the problem or the objective, break it down into smaller steps, think about it, and then you can go ahead and create what you want to create. So I usually start with a demonstration, and I don't think any child does what I have done. Their creativity is so beautiful to see.
That's great. So a lot of creativity, teaching kids how to think.
Absolutely.
It's interesting because oftentimes with the thing that we're teaching, so in your case it's programming, we're also teaching kids IQ, so how to think, and we're also teaching them EQ, how to engage others and how to engage the tool that they're actually doing. So let's do a little fun. What's the most challenging thing in teaching lower school students to program?
I think it's building a curriculum that resonates with the child's maturity. That's why we brought the robots in, because the younger ones can relate better. They also do, I think, a lot more. They're a lot more tech savvy as a generation. So they're so much easier to pick up something and take on from there. But creating that balance between building a skill, thinking, learning, and just going with it is where I find a little bit of a challenge, but I don't see so much of it with our children, because you give them a challenge, they're on it.
That's good to hear. What's the most rewarding part of teaching programming to lower school?
I see a lot of that these days. It's that moment when you're teaching a concept to a child and you're walking over it and they do it, and they suddenly have that aha moment to say they understood it and they know how it's working through. That is amazing to see. That's just beautiful.
That's fantastic. And is there anything that you would like to tell our viewers out here, the folks that are part of this Bear Creek community, something maybe we don't know about STEM, or we don't know about programming, or you want to show off one of these little robots?
Yes. I like to start the year with a lot of activities which don't involve computers. It's just the thinking part of it. So we probably spend a month and a half just going through activities and doing things that are unplugged. So if you talk about just how does the computer store information, it stores it in a series of zeros and ones. So we make binary bracelets, which are series of zeros and ones for each letter of the alphabet. And that's one fun thing that we do. When we start programming, I talk about just playing a dice game. So if you and I play with the dice, one of us has to win a game. So what do? We throw the dice over and over, probably 6 times, and whoever has the largest number wins. So we break that, think about how the game is going to progress, write down, okay, so if I get a 5, which is a random out of 1 to 6, I'm going to pick up the 5, put it in a score. That's a variable. And then you would do the same. We would play back and forth, and after 6 turns, whoever has the higher score is the winner. So we think through it and then program it.
Wow, that's fantastic. And I love that you're using things that we wouldn't normally associate with programming per se to teach the students how to think about
Absolutely.
programming and then to go do the actual programming.
Yes,
That's
it's
really neat.
amazing.
And Anuja, I'd want to say thank you to you as well for being on the video. But many years ago, we were talking about, when you first came to Bear Creek, we were talking about how we get better at teaching our students to think and put them in that programming space. And you came forward and said, I have an idea, and here you are. So thank you very much.
Thank you for giving me
doing
this
that.
opportunity. I think Bear Creek children are blessed to have this.
We're blessed to have you as well. So
Thank you.
thank you for joining us today to learn a little bit more about STEM and the Christian liberal arts at the Bear Creek School.